Okay. Y'all, I've done this video intro like 3 times. Let's just go ahead. Let's go ahead and we'll start from right here. So check this out. This video is about trying to help individuals find some professional clothes on a budget. And I have 5 tips for you all that will help you to step up your wardrobe game in regards to your professional wear, whether it's for work, interviews. All right, so the first tip I have for you all is to evaluate your organization's culture. So for most organizations that you will be a part of, unless it's your own, entrepreneurship. But for most organizations, they will probably have some type of dress code. And this dress code is written down in some type of employee manual. If you don't get an employee manual, you might want to go put some resumes out. But anyway, so definitely check the employee manual, see what the dress code says. But once you look at that employee manual, definitely go out afterwards and check out what your coworkers are wearing. Honestly, I would say look at your boss and look at the people who you report to, or even the people who might be your peers in that professional space. See what they're wearing. If you see that they're wearing maybe a suit jacket and a nice shirt and some slacks all the time, then that is what you might want to gravitate towards. If you see that they are wearing jeans and maybe a blazer, then you might want to, once you've been there for at least 3 months or so, kind of, adjust and dress that way. Now, sometimes they might tell you, hey, this is our dress code, or you can dress like this, and they will let you go ahead and start to maneuver and change how you dress once you start there. But other times is you see and you do as others do. Now, with that being said, also monitor to see if they're dressing in a suit or a blazer or slacks Monday through Thursday. Then on Friday, are they really trying to jazz it up with saying like, oh, let's do Jean Friday, because some people might have a Jean Friday in their workspaces. And if that's the case, then you want to dress accordingly. You don't want to be the only person in a suit on a Friday. All right, so the second thing that you want to do is shop your closet. Before you get happy and say, hey, let's go out and have a shopping spree and buy all these clothes and spend all this unnecessary money, you want to go into your closet and figure out what you might already have, what you don't have, and what you might really need. And I think this is so important when you have budget constraints, because if you're on a budget, then you probably don't have the biggest budget to go out here and buy unnecessary things in the first place. So let's see what we have in our closets first. And I know from personal experience where I would be on a budget and I would just get happy about the idea of going out and buying things. I'm like, oh, if I had to go out and buy things, and I could have went to my closet first. So before you do that, go to your closet and figure out what you have. For instance, if you figure out that in your company culture, you all need blazers, you all need slacks and a nice shirt, then figure out if you have those items in your closet. And if you do have those items in your closet, how do they fit you? For instance, can you fit into those blazers? Sometimes, you might gain weight and then the blazer might be a little tight, or you might lose weight and they might be a little loose. So you want to make sure that the blazers fit you really nice and complement your body. Also, if you are a woman especially, how do the shirts fit? Are they like super low? Are they really tight? Do they complement your body shape well? And lastly, pants. And this is me. I am guilty of this because I am a shorter person. You want to make sure that your pants are first, you want to make sure that they fit good, that they're not too tight and that they're not too loose. So try the pants on and figure out how they look on you, and be honest with yourself. And be honest to the point to where if you know that those pants don't complement your body size, well, it's okay to go ahead and try to budget to get some more slacks. Also, As I've mentioned, I am a shorter person, so sometimes I need to hem my clothes. So if you need to hem those pants so that they aren't dragging the floor, then do that. But if they have dragged the floor and they have gotten to a point to where they have holes in them where you can see that it's a lot of wear and tear around the bottom of those pants, then you might want to just throw those away and budget for you to get some new ones. Now, if they are high water, let's say you had a growth spurt or what have you, and that's not the look that you're going for, then you gonna want to budget for some more slacks. So try the clothes on, see how they fit you, see if it's your style, and see does that particular style match the style of everybody else at work. Because I feel like even though there's a company culture in regards to the dress codes at these organizations, you can still fit in the company culture but also have your own style. The third thing that you want to do is to understand your budget. You want to understand how much money you can really spend. Can you only spend $10 and then be okay the rest of the week? And what I mean by being okay, you will be able to have food and shelter and gas, and if somebody invites you out on the weekend to do something, then you'll be able to do that. Will you be able to do that? So you really want to sit down, look at your budget or your bank account or whatever you look at, and decide how much money you really have to spend on these clothes. My personal philosophy is it's better to use the money that you have in the bank. Don't put anything on a credit card or anything like that, but go ahead and use the money that you have to fund your clothes. Because if you have to put it on a credit card, I'm gonna be real, you might not be able to afford it. So that means that it's outside of your budget, which means that this video is for you. So figure out what your budget is. And if your budget is $10, then you can definitely get some nice clothes for $10. If it's $20, you can get some nice clothes for $20. If it's $30, $40. And I use those ranges, even $50. And I use those ranges because those are the ranges that I had when I first started buying professional clothes, where I remember only having $10 to go and buy professional clothes with, and I was able to get some really nice pieces for $10. Notice I said pieces, plural. So you can really do this. It doesn't matter how big your budget is, and it doesn't matter how small your budget is. You can look professional on a budget, and to be honest, you can look really nice on a budget. You don't have to worry about walking around here looking cheap and people knowing just by the quality of your clothes that it is cheap. No, you can really look nice. My fourth tip is for you to realize what stores fit your budget. Because let's be real, if you have a $10 or even a $20 budget, let's say you have a $50 budget, you don't need to go to Belks. You don't need to go to Belks. You don't need to go to Dillard's. You don't need to go to Target, probably. I'm going to say Target. You don't need to try to go to no Nordstrom Rack, okay? You don't need to go there. We need to realize what stores fit our budgets, because sometimes we'll say, oh, I have $20 to spend. I'm about to go to Belks. What you gonna get from Belks for $20? I mean, you might be able to get one thing, but if you are trying to build up a professional wardrobe, you need to try to make your money stretch as long as it can by really sitting down and being honest with yourself and taking the shame out of whatever shame you might have, and understand that if I only have $10, I might need to go to the Goodwill. If I only have $20, I need to go to the Goodwill. I would even dare to say if you only have $50, go to the Goodwill. My personal point of view is if you have $50 and below, go to the Goodwill or thrift store. I like, even now in my life, I still enjoy going to the Goodwill to just see what they have. And I mean, I'm just gonna be real, I like to go to the Goodwills in the places in my area that are considered the affluent places. So I don't mind going to a Goodwill, because I know that if I go to one in a more affluent area, I might get some brand new clothes or some really gently used clothes, and they probably gonna have a brand name attached to it. Now, if you're in a budget, you probably don't need to be caring about brand names and stuff like that. But if you are a person that care about that, then going to a Goodwill in a more affluent area, it might help you to get some clothes on a budget, but also get you a name for that clothes attached to it. So $50 and below, you might want to consider a Goodwill or a thrift store. Also, Goodwill is a really cool place to go to because they have those weekly deals. So the one that's in my area, or the ones that's in my area, for example, they have 50% off certain colors each week. They also have a dollar rack, and sometimes if you go on a Saturday or certain times of the year, but I've seen them mostly on Saturdays, they have a 50-cent rack. And those racks, they be lit. I'll be honest, they'll be lit. And they also have some really cool dress shoes too. So Goodwill is a place that I used to go to all the time when I was really trying to build my professional wardrobe, but I needed to do that on a budget. So definitely consider those places. Now, let's say that you have $50 to $100 to spend. Now you can begin to look at other stores such as Walmart, Target, Burlington, Ross, TJ Maxx, Marshalls, maybe even a Cato's if you have that in your area, so that you can begin to get a little bit more bang for your buck. Now, if you have a budget of, let's say, between $100 to $200, then you might can start to get into some of the Belks, the Dillards, or some of those other stores that might cost a little bit more. But I'm going to be real with you. Goodwill, when you're starting off and you are really conscious about your budget and how much you spend, Goodwill is the place to go. My last tip for you all is to purchase multi-purpose professional wear. And what do I mean by that? That means that you need to buy professional clothes that if push comes to shove, you can wear multiple times a week. I don't want to hear it. We all know somebody, and you might be that somebody who has worn something multiple times a week, whether it was a t-shirt or a pair of shorts or pants, whatever. All of us have worn something multiple times a week. Maybe not to work, maybe not to school, maybe whatever, not in public, but most of us have worn something multiple times a week. So, and y'all, it's your clothes. As long as they not musty or stank or whatever the case may or may not be. Like, you want to purchase multi-purpose professional wear. So what is multi-purpose professional wear? So to give you all an example, this blazer right here, I would consider multi-purpose professional wear. This green shirt is not multi-professional wear. Did I say it right? Y'all know what I mean. So this green shirt is not multi-purpose professional wear. And what do I mean by multi-purpose? You will be able to wear these clothes multiple times a week if push came to shove. So for instance, with this black jacket, I could probably get away with wearing it at least 2 to 3 times a week. Now, let's put a pause right here. Y'all, if they get a spot or a stain on them, do not wear them back that week. If you notice that it needs to be washed, do not wear it back that week. Okay, we want to make sure that we're practicing good hygiene. All right, so this jacket is what I consider to be multi-purpose professional wear, because I can wear it like this with the sleeves cuffed, or I can wear it, let's say later on this week, and I can uncuff the sleeves. And most people probably won't know that I wore it again unless you all up in what I'm doing. Then I'm like, oh, what you doing, girl? Now, this shirt is not multi-purpose professional wear because, like, it's unique. People probably can say, okay, well, she wore that earlier this week. Like, what did she got going on? So, in that case, it goes back to purchasing clothes that are multi-purpose. So, with jackets, especially if you don't have a big budget to start off with and you're really just trying to build currently, you want to, in my opinion, buy at least 2 black blazers. That way on Monday you can wear one blazer with the sleeves roll down, wear the second blazer the next day, maybe with the sleeves cuffed, wear this blazer again the next day with the sleeves cuffed, and then the next day wear the other blazer that you bought with the sleeves down. And most companies, they have a dress down policy on Friday, so you might not even have to wear that blazer or either blazer on Friday, which will give you the option and use the option to freshen these up over the weekend. In regards to the shirts, what you want to do is to go out and buy you 5 shirts. Go out and buy you 5 shirts. And I would say let 2 of them be black. Just in case push come to shove, at least get 2 black shirts. But let the shirts be something that is an expression of you, what you like, brings out your personality. Now, as far as your pants go, I say get 3 pair of black slacks. And the reason I say get 3 pairs of black slacks when you're starting off, black slacks and black blazers are your foundation. Or if you're into skirts, get a black skirt or 2 black skirts. So whatever you're into. So that you can wear those slacks at least, you might have to put on 2 pairs of slacks at least once a week. And then you can rotate those out, and you can get a lot of different outfits from those. That's just my little 2 cents about what you should do in regards to your multi-purpose professional wear. That will get you very far for at least a year or 2. Yeah, you might get tired of wearing the same thing, but think about how many different outfits that is. Now, maybe with the blazers, it might not be a lot, but you just have to get creative. And once you get creative, then you're able to really just style things to how you want them to look. So don't let your budget be something that's really like constricting you into saying like, oh, I can't dress nice because I only have $10 or $20. Like, no, you can look nice with $10 or $20 and go and spend it at a Goodwill or a thrift store and really get you some nice clothes. Because I've gotten Liz Claiborne, Michael Kors, Polo, Ralph Lauren, whatever you want to call it, out of thrift stores brand new, and they were within my budget. Now, I did want to say this for other people who might be saying, well, I don't want to wear a black blazer every day. Well, go out and get you a navy blue blazer, okay? But don't come up in here with no yellow blazer, no light blue blazer, no pink blazer, no green blazer, and all these other color blazers when you on a budget. You get you 2 good blazers, a black blazer, or 2 blazers that are black, or 2 navy blue blazers, or in my opinion, get 1 of each and be satisfied with it. But don't come in here with no loud blazers on where people can tell that they already wore that blazer one time this week. Get you some blazers that can blend in. So hopefully you enjoyed today's video. Definitely drop down in the comments and let me know what you all think. If you are on a budget or have been on a budget when trying to buy professional clothes, what are some of the tips and tricks that you might have to share with others who might be on a budget? Make sure that you go ahead, you like, you share, and you subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.